Hello everyone to Famaish Radio. I am Vidhi Saxena, your host for Alumni Talk, and today we have here with us Ms. Manisha Bafna. Hello ma'am, I'm very pleased to welcome you to our show. So to begin with our session ma'am, could you please introduce yourself to our listeners?
Yes. Hello everyone. It's Manisha Bafna and I'm from Pune itself. I work as editorial advisor in Springer Nature for 2 years, from past 2 years. And I have completed my graduation and post-graduation from Maharashtra Institute of Pharmacy. This was basically, and I'm quite passionate about learning new skills and good enough, whether it's curriculum or extra curriculum. I like to be part of everything.
Great ma'am. As Manisha ma'am said, she is currently working as an editorial advisor at Springer Nature, and she has also assisted many authors with their journal. So moving ahead with our session, let me bring Manisha ma'am to rewind her back with her peer years. So ma'am, as an 18, 19-year-old student, what did you aspire to become? Either a doctor or an engineer? Most of the students today are likely bound to hurdle in the race of competition. What desired you to choose the field of pharmacy, the field of health sciences?
Well, biology was one of my favorite subjects from my school time. So maths and biology were of my interest and I wanted to be in the medicine field. So when I got to know about pharmacy and due to some reason when I knew that my family won't allow me for doctor studies, I joined pharmacy. And when I got to know about this field, I was interested in that and I just wanted to pursue my career in this field as it has wide aspect of opportunity and was from my interest.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, if not pharmacy, what else would you have opted as an optional?
Well, if not pharmacy, I would have joined my father's business.
Very well said, ma'am. Well, likewise, during the pandemic, the role and importance of pharmacist has even reached across millions of people. And today, so many students are willing to join the pharmaceutical field and contribute to the healthcare sector. So, ma'am, I suppose your bachelor course of years would have rather been very exciting and thrilling, as you have also been the university rank holder, and addition to that, a GPAT qualifier.
It was the most interesting journey I had. I was a very normal, simple, sincere student, but I was developed into the best person I could be, the best version of myself. Because in MIT, the people you have, the atmosphere you have, that gives you the best opportunity to grow, the enthusiastic, talented people. And I always got the opportunity to grow. I had very good professors and friends who always used to be there to support, understand. So whether it was my technical knowledge or my personal development, behavioral development, or extracurriculum, I used to get opportunity at everywhere, and hence the complete development was possible. It was a mixed experience, but ultimately I got very good results of it. So yes, qualifying GPAT, having a rank holder, being a best outgoing student from your bachelor's and master's, it's the best feeling to
Yes,
have
ma'am.
in your
Yes, ma'am.
college life.
Yes, ma'am. As we all students today aspire to clear GPAT and get good colleges for masters is today's really important need. So, ma'am, with that, I would also like to ask you that how did you organize your plan of study work to have been able to have such positive success outcomes today, ma'am?
For me, study, I used to love to study. And the simple thing is, I used to have my concepts clear. I never used any like just the books where everything is just written as an answer. I always used to go for reference books. Basics are clear, and thanks to our professor who teaches us so well. So in my GPAT preparation, whatever I had observed, as I used to make my own notes on the basic concepts and do revision. So I could prepare for GPAT within 8 months because my basics from first year were very clear. And mostly GPAT exams focus on your basics and your understanding of pharmacy. So if your basics are clear, it's quite easy to crack it, is what I feel.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly, ma'am. So, to all the studious listeners, you all should take away the experience of Manisha ma'am in order to walk in her footsteps and secure a top rank, as making self notes and revision is a must. So, besides the lengthy hours of study and hard work, ma'am, did you have interest in various extracurricular activities in colleges? Did you participate and win prizes?
Yes, I used to like curriculum or extracurriculum. I used to try to take opportunity. Also, always you're not perfect in everything, but you try to do things whatever possible for you. So yes, I used to participate in National Pharmacy Week when I had won a quiz competition over there, sports week in colleges, and whenever there used to be extra seminars or any other activity outside the college, I used to see that if it is possible for me, I used to attend it or participate in those competitions. So yeah, even I won the National Pharmacy Week quiz competition in my bachelor's and was a runner-up in master's.
Wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful. That is really great, ma'am. That this is something all students should involve in various sports activities, be it music activities, drama, to engage themselves and improve their social skills as well.
Yeah.
So, moving on further, ma'am, as you are working as an editorial advisor, could you please throw some light about your role in this field? And as I am myself
Uh,
hearing about this profession recently, I am more keen to know about this.
Yeah, this is like, as we know, pharmacists can work in every field. So this is a part of the publishing industry where editorial advisors is a designation in publishing industry. So what is my job role is I have to go through the manuscripts of the author. Mostly we submit to the high prestigious journal, our manuscript, whenever our manuscript is ready. But sometimes it is accepted and sometimes it is rejected. So all those manuscripts which are rejected, we get it at ourselves, and as an editorial advisor, we communicate with authors where their manuscripts can be published, the journals which will accept their manuscript or accept the type of work they have written, and the few changes they can make to make it more publishable or more easy for them to publish. So this is the job role an editorial advisor has, to assess the manuscript and a journey from raw manuscript to publishing stage.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, so the researches and journal publications are held all over, international and national as well, right?
Yes.
Great, ma'am, great. So, well, it is said that a good researcher needs good ideas and their implementations. So, ma'am, as you have assisted so many authors with their journal and research work, what is that one particular field of your research interest that you like to devote to, and how did you develop your mindset towards this?
Well, for me, nanoparticles, cancer, what we have subjects. So from college time, nanoparticle, cancer research, they were my favorite topics. So even over here, whenever I receive those manuscripts, they are more keen. Of course, we work for every manuscript with equal interest, but yeah, those are my favorite areas of subject. In fact, I had my master's project in nanoparticles only. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Nanoparticles.
Yeah, nanoparticles, cancer research, drug delivery system. So these are few areas which are very close to me, or of more interest for me.
Yes, ma'am. Very appealing topics. And
Yeah.
now let me talk to you about some of your personal tactics. That is, ma'am, in general, each individual has their own strength and weakness. That are the skills that are
Yeah.
supported throughout their one's experience. So, ma'am, what are those strength and weakness of yours that has shaped your career today and helped you become such a successful person?
Well, for friends, I would say punctuality and sincerity, because that is something I value the most, because I've learned that if you value your time, you can be everything. So that is the biggest strength of me. And for weakness, I would say, yeah, I get cautious very fast and I'm overthinker basically. But yes, I have learned to overcome it in my past few years, whether it was college time or thereafter in my professional life.
Yes, ma'am. Each one of us has such weak points, and we all have to upskill them and overcome it. As ma'am said, punctuality and sincerity are the best policy. As we have come near to the end of our session, as a student myself, and behalf of many student listeners, ma'am, what are your pearls of advice for the younger generation who will step up into the feeling in the field of profession in the following coming years? How should they upskill and enrich themselves?
Well, I would suggest that let things be simple, don't complicate things, and live your moment every moment. When you are college, see that you, whether it's a curriculum or extracurriculum, enjoy and make out of it everything. And whenever you step out, see that you are sincere, punctual, and you understand. You don't fool others, because if you fool others, they will fool you. That is the basic thing. Be simple, be sincere, and be punctual. Things would be very easy for you. And of course, hard work is always best.
True, ma'am, true. Being diligent, focused, and devoted to the work are the components to the road of success. With this, I would like to thank you, ma'am, for your great kindness for sparing your valuable time in our alumni talk show by sharing your life experiences and putting up thoughts for the future generation, which will soon face real time adventures. And hence, they will follow your guidance and motivational always. It was an absolute pleasure talking to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Same here. Thank you so much.